First of all, let me start by saying this. I was a fan of Tariq Nasheed. Maybe still to some degree I still am. So I still go check his content out. But I do need him and everybody else to know. FBA is Black Maga. And that's it. They just Negro Maga. And I'm going to call them Nyagas. Y'all just some damn Nyagas. But with that being said, he does make points. I don't know when it started or how it started, when he started attacking the African diaspora. I don't know if it's because people got into his comments and he was defending the contributions of Black Americans, because at some point it did become a great talking point that Black people had done nothing since we've been here. And these people just got here and they are doing more. I don't know if it started, if he started from there to talk about the contributions of African Americans. And with the Hispanic community, especially out in California, they really don't fuck with Black people. They really don't. They will align with Aryans against you every single time. And him being from Cali probably made him come to those conclusions. I'm not here to speak for him in any direction, but I'm not going to talk greasy about him either. I've done that enough, mostly out of disappointment for him doing some things or saying some things that I thought just made us weaker. Because there are strength in numbers. And we have to be united. No separatist movement has been successful. They didn't want to kill Gaddafi because when Gaddafi was trying to send that money to African Americans and African Americans only, Gaddafi also tried to have a United States of Africa where gold was the backing currency. And they didn't like that. Because, and Obama had to protect American policy. I mean, he's the American president. The only one who don't give a fuck about that is Trump. Trump don't give a fuck about American policies nowhere. He cares about Trump policies. Which is another thing about those tariffs he's putting down. He ain't putting down on tariffs on everybody because he cares about America. That's just a way to squeeze companies to make them pay him so that he can benefit personally. That's what that's about. It's just a money grab. Everything about Trump is a money grab. He's a transactional person. He don't give a fuck about America. MAGA don't give a fuck about America. But this video ain't about that. This video is about separatist movements and in the Black community why they never fail. No separatist African American leader is a threat. Because what you have done was made the community smaller. And we all know that divide and conquer rules the day. Always has, always will. So if you want to divide yourselves, who have no political power, they are taking your economic power, because economic power is political power. If you have no economy, you have no political power, and then you have to put your economics into political power. Without that, you're weak, and which is where we are right now, because politics is ran by money. Your congressman, congresswoman, especially with that R in front of them, it's about that loot. I'm not saying Democrats ain't about that loot. They're about that loot. Man, that damn thing is killing me, man. Somebody got to come bust this. Somebody come bust that for me. This thing killing me. In any event, MAGA is a separatist movement, except for they have political power. They have a media outlet. It's hard to find anybody on any media platform saying anything bad about MAGA. We know Fox, Newsmax, and AON is just in a bucket for MAGA. But then you have all these right-wing podcasts. You have all of these influencers. And then you have CNN, MSNBC. They are in the pocket of MAGA. FBA don't have that. They don't have a political or media outlet besides corny-ass Phil Scott and Tariq Nasheed. Malcolm did not become a threat until he tried to unify. Martin Luther King was not a threat until he tried to unify. Patrice Lumumba. Look at Farrakhan. Farrakhan has a separatist movement. Now, people love Farrakhan, but the Nation of Islam is a separatist. There's a separatist movement. He's not a threat. This man, he been around since Malcolm X. They got rid of all people that unify. Fred Hampton, you get rid of him, he can unify. Anybody that can unify is a threat. A separatist movement, that's just you doing their work for them. If you're a part of a separatist movement, you are a part of a white supremacy because you enable them and you assist them in their goal. Because you have taken your part and just made it smaller. The smaller groups it is, you can't. They can target you and just deal with you on that level. But when you're big and you're plentiful and you got everybody united together, it's hard to contain. For instance, I didn't come up with this. I read it the other day, how the police can actively secure one area of protest. If everybody's in this area protesting here, we got you. That's in one city. But if you got like 10 protests going on at the same time around the city, police cannot contain that. The police in your city cannot contain that. They will have to call in the military. Even military can't contain skirmishes in different locations. Now, if I know this, you notice the white supremacists know this too. And they can attack us in a lot of different ways at the same time. And the police will say they're overloaded, but they couldn't get to them. Now, we all know in the history, every time they attacked us, they always had police help. Either turning their backs or actively involved. So, knowing these things, why would you make your community smaller? Why would you alienate your community from other communities? Take America, for instance. Trump has alienated us from the world stage. From the world stage. We went from being the leaders of the world stage to not participating on the world stage. And if you think it ends here, why would it? Why have it's like having a woman and she figure out she can do it. She can have a better life without you. Why would she come back? The world has moved on. They has moved on. They doing trade deals with each other and excluding the United States, which means that when the United States try to come back into the global family, they're going to do so militarily, or it's going to cost more because the dollar is being weakened around the world, which is what they used to have soft power. When they got rid of USAID, that got rid of a lot of soft power around the world. And anybody know about soft power, it's often stronger than having a military force on the ground. So when you delineate FBA from everybody else, that's what happens to us. The world will move on without us. And they're going to try to keep an eye on what we're doing now. Don't get me wrong. So I want to mix this up thinking that we need people, because we don't. It's just that it's better to have allies in war. It's better to have allies. When you have to choose wise, you got to choose better. And I believe that's how it started with him. He was saying, hey man, we can't do it. Because I remember I had, when I was in prison, I was the president of the NAACP. And my friend, he was the president of La Raza, which means he was Hispanic. And at one point, they were going to join the NAACP because they didn't have their organization together. And we had a big conversation about that. I'll make a video about that later. I'm gonna see if I can get him involved. He may not put his face on camera because of his position, but maybe I can get his voice or hear. Cause I don't want to out him like that, you know. But in any event, what we have to do is choose our friends better. We have had some friends that stabbed us in the back through every political movement we ever had, from the Black Panthers to just the George Floyd conflicts. We've had people that sold us out. So we have to choose wisely. It's just that we have to have. We can't separate ourselves from them because that's what MAGA has done. But they are more politically savvy than we are, because it ain't just Trump. It's a movement they have been putting together for years. And another thing about those movements, it does the work for you. It makes you lazy. You don't have to do anything else. If I get to talk about all the things that we have done, I don't have to talk about the things that we need to do, which is what a lot of these white podcasters do. Well, white people did this, white people did that. So I, by proxy, am that. But you're not. You're not. Anyway, I'm in this right now for this game getting live. I love y'all. Need y'all. Love yourself. I'm gone.